Techno Hollywood.
Starting.
Multitasking. Oh.
We're here, guys. Look at this. 3 coffees, 3 people. It's Techno Hollywood podcast.
Which number are we? 6.
6. I hope.
Wow.
Yeah. 6 is good. It's a nice number, I think. It's also 9 if you turn it upside down.
Actually, my least
look, we have
favorite
Tan in
number.
my seat, and we also have
Joplyn.
Joplyn's here. Yay.
Hey.
And look, she's wearing
Big celebration.
she's wearing pants as a shirt. Can you tell us
Yes.
about this?
I made this specifically for it. No, just kidding.
Did you? No, what?
Of course I did. Of course
Thank
I did.
you. Oh, wow.
I went thrift shopping, as people do in LA. I heard that's like the place to go thrift shopping. And I bought these pants for like, I think $2 or something.
Nice.
And then I also ordered some like fabric scissors and some
Nice.
safety pins online. And then I was sick this past week, basically, which you can still hear a little bit. So I couldn't sing, I couldn't record any vocals. I also couldn't really hear that well. So I basically couldn't make any music. So I thought, why not, bring to life the fashion designer inside of me.
I love it. You made music out of pants.
Exactly. And like remix these
Remix the pants.
So I like cut
The
them
pants
up.
mix.
Exactly. And I like
Oh.
did little like shapes and like also
I
the
love
back
it.
I can't really show.
Now you just
Then
gotta figure out how to wear a shirt as pants.
True. Next time. I feel like I've done that before.
You're like
I've
German
like always
crisscross.
been exactly.
It's like
Jump.
Yeah. Next time. The next
Do
podcast.
you remember
You should-
crisscross even? You don't know
I just
crisscross.
laughed to be part of it.
Okay.
Crisscross,
She's
they were
laughing
like
at old
these-
men.
These, yeah, it's so funny. They have a song called "I Missed the Bus." Crisscross.
That would be very me.
And
I was always late to school.
My son has missed the bus, and I said, "Let's play the song "Missed the Bus." And he's like, "Can you turn this off?"
No, crisscross, they were famous for, with their first single was Jump. They were like 15, they're twins, right? Or 15, 16. And
They weren't twins. They were just 2 kids. They're 2 friends.
Yeah, 2 friends. They were not, but they kind of looked the same, similar. And they wore pants the other way around and really sagging. And that was their thing. So
They
in the
started
whole
the whole
video,
trend.
they started the whole trend. And it
Got
was a
it.
thing like people would wear their pants the other side, even in Germany.
Okay, well
back
then I'll be
We're
the new
talking 90s
crisscross.
now, huh?
Yeah,
Next year, you're going to see everyone
and they were
wearing
big.
pants.
Had videos with Michael Jackson.
It was the for the hip hop heads. No, this was Jermaine Dupri, JD's big sort of hit as a producer, and he was himself like 17, 18 or something, and he found them in a mall and made this record apparently.
Yeah, that's just what made him
Yeah.
a lot of his millions.
Yeah.
I think he had a line about that. He's like, "I'm still spending money from Crisscross."
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about Crisscross.
Yeah, I mean, last week we talked about sort of the story of Joplyn, and of course, full disclosure, me being the manager, I sort of told my side of it.
That's why I'm in the middle in case you get a little too
Exactly.
much. I can stop the manager from managing.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
mute his mic.
Yeah.
And so it's great that we have the actual artist, so
Yeah.
we can talk about about everything actually, but about I guess the process and why you're here and what's going on in a way. I mean, I sort of feel we have
I don't know how much you guys have already said about
you
me.
probably remember.
You know, it doesn't matter because we want to hear from you. So why are you here?
I don't know. No,
And
actually,
here being in LA. Let's make it a better question. Joplyn, why are you in Los Angeles?
I love Los Angeles. I've been going back and forth last year, basically, I feel like. And then for this winter, I was like, I don't want to spend the winter in snowstorm Berlin.
Gross.
I'd much rather be in LA.
Yeah, wouldn't we all?
And so then I booked a flight, booked an Airbnb, a very shabby Airbnb that's way too expensive and looked way better on the photos, but that's what they always do.
That's an Airbnb. It's
Yeah,
like
I know.
if you
True.
otherwise
No comment needed.
no,
Just
you
booked
get an Airbnb and you show up, you're like, all right,
All right,
it's
you gotta deal
50%.
with it. Exactly.
There's no kitchen.
It wasn't 50%, sadly.
It was less than 50?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I thought you meant the Airbnb is like 50% because sometimes they do like weird deals to.
Oh no, I meant like
lure you
50%
in.
of what you thought it would be.
Maybe
Less?
like yeah.
No, it's
50 is
50%,
good.
50.
Probably.
Yeah, I like the
50 is
German
good.
accuracy. Like, well, it's more like
51.
43.
You got it. Also, Asians are good at math. That's
Are they?
another variable. Of
You
course.
said it, not me.
I'm allowed to say it.
Okay.
I'm also good at math. So
Great.
okay, don't quote me on this. But yeah, so that's why I'm no, that's how I got here.
Yeah.
I'm here now just because I'm always like super inspired. Being in LA, there's always so many important and cool people to see here. My agency is here, so lots
Keep talking,
of like
yeah,
business,
love it. Yeah. Important, cool
business
people.
partners.
Yeah.
And then I actually had a show for New Year's in Mexico, so it made sense to kind of be in LA before or at least after.
Mexico City?
In Tulum.
Tulum.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That sounds
was,
fancy.
It wasn't very fancy. It was just crazy, I think is a better word.
Was that the one in the jungle?
That was the one with 10,000 people just raving in the jungle.
Wow.
Where like I got to the sound check, the PA didn't work. Like there was
Everything
one
was
cable
wet.
guy. Everything was wet because it was, the
Is
jungle.
that safe?
No.
No. There's like all the stories
I feel
in
like
here. I'm
cables
like,
and electricity.
Don't
I
mix.
thought just Mexico in general.
Oh,
obviously.
Mexico in general is not
I mean, we
safe.
literally like we were this
Electricity.
close to getting killed on our way to Tulum from Cancun because the guy in front of us was either tired or drunk or whatever. And God bless him, but I think he literally swerved off the road and I think killed himself accidentally.
Did you wave?
No.
Keep driving.
Also, I was just like, I was so tired. I
Yeah.
didn't register any of it. After that, I wasn't tired anymore.
Okay.
No, the thing like the car hit the curb, switched up, and then hit a pole in the middle of the
And, like, split in
high-
half.
And basically the car, like it was like a movie, like it was 10 meters from us, split in half.
And the
it
best
was-
thing,
we were,
the
like,
best thing
shocked.
was our driver was like, "Welcome to Mexico."
He just looked
Happens
back and
every
was like,
day.
Welcome to Mexico.
Really? He said that?
Yeah, and we're
How
like,
could-
okay.
yeah.
So you had
we
a-
were shaking.
you weren't driving. You're just
No, no, he had a
experiencing
driver
Grand
out
Theft
there,
Auto
yeah,
Mexico.
Mm.
In
Oh my-
real time. And then he's like, yeah, this happens all the time. People are drunk or wasted or like tired. And then they drive too fast and hit the curb. And I mean, he was already saw the car in front of us
was a pro.
swerving.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he sort of backed off, thank God. But we saw it like in first hand, the guy hitting the pole with full speed.
And this is your like taxi driver or your,
Yeah,
like,
it's
your
like,
Uber?
like not a taxi, it was like
driver from the venue. They have
drive.
drivers.
You normally have
driving
like
back
a ground service to the city
Yeah,
to pick
yeah.
you up from the airport or bring you to the airport
Oh my
because the
God.
drivers are never reliable. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
some of the drivers are. I mean, there's some road stories. Like I've known DJs tell me like sometimes the drivers would be so high or like you could visibly high or wasted or tired that sometimes the artists were like, you know what, you just sleep and I'll drive.
But they're not allowed to do that insurance wise.
Yeah.
Because
I've had an Uber driver fall asleep on the 405.
Wow.
I had to tap him.
in a Tesla or not in a Tesla?
I think he was in a Jetta.
Okay. So no self-driving cars.
He was not
Opposite
self-driving.
of a
Yeah, it was just a
And you're like,
Ford.
hey, are you okay? Or,
I tapped him because he was going out of the lane. He was like,
wow.
yeah, it was bad.
God.
Yeah.
Ubers.
Nice.
And you can't really get out. So
I wanted to.
yeah.
It's not the first time I've wanted to get out of an Uber.
Yeah, that's
But anyway,
true.
enough about Ubering. You made it. There's a crazy story.
That's still not the real reason. I mean, the real reason I'm here is still to make an album, though.
But you're here to
I was
make an
about
album.
to get to that.
But you're still in the jungle and you're sitting in wet cables. You didn't get electrocuted because you're here.
Exactly. That's very true. But also, there was no sound. The event was about to start in like 30 minutes. The doors were about to open. The cable guy is like back.
Doors to the jungle?
Doors
Yeah.
to the jungle, like wooden, like jungle doors.
Do they have
It's like a festival, like in the jungle, but it's
It's
like
Zamna,
a professionally
exactly.
organized
Oh, it's
festival.
it's not
Yeah,
just a bunch of
No,
weirdos.
it's like a
It sounds-
really
so far
It's
professional.
not like an
Sounds-
ayahuasca ceremony.
Okay,
that was soundtracking.
There's
no.
people dying on the highway. You're sitting in water. Actually, like, for those who don't know, technical knowledge, this is not enough to kill you. So this is you can't get electrocuted from a microphone.
Good to know. So
A
my job
PA
isn't that dangerous. After
Not that
all.
dangerous, but a PA speaker and a DJ system definitely can get
In the
electrocuted.
middle of the jungle. I mean, they're like I've been to parties where like stuff caught on fire.
Yeah, the good ones.
Oh yeah, the best ones. The music just stops. There's a big fire happening.
Like,
As
Sorry, Yeah.
manager
I don't
managing.
use mics that often.
It's fine. I got the I got
Okay,
the levels
good.
down
Yeah,
here.
good.
We're all good.
Awesome.
just making sure people.
Awesome. But yeah, so then like this guy at like that was like 30 meters away eating his burrito, like super chill. We got up to him, we were like, nothing works. Nothing, like us being Germans, him being like no, like being very stereotypical, but you know, he was very chill, Mexican, like, yeah, we'll figure it out, whatever. And like we were like, no, we need to get this done right now. We ended up getting it done. The show was awesome.
Nice.
And then I was there for a couple more days. Went actually like into the water, did my little beach thing because I don't go into the water if it's colder than 35 degrees Celsius.
This is so German. Do you have like the beat thermometer? You stick it.
I do.
9.
I have it built in.
9.
I have it built in.
It's fine.
So yeah, and then like ever since been in LA, I'm sure you guys have talked a lot about Grammys Week. Was crazy.
Grammys Week, yeah.
But
Anderson
then
Paak.
also just being very creative in the studio.
Yeah.
Then I just had a gig last week. I mean, I had a gig in LA also at Sound, but then I had one last week for Pioneer, which you two
we
were
talked
also
about
there.
it too. Like now
Yeah,
we
we
can
came to
open
that.
and talk about it. How was that? Like this just happened a few days ago.
It was super cool. I mean, it was
You
their
got sick
whole
after, I
new
guess.
gear. Yeah, I was kind of already not feeling the best, like a little under.
You didn't show it. I was telling Tan. I was
know,
like,
I
that
was-
was my favorite performance you've done.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, maybe because it was the shortest.
No, it was long.
Yeah, it was an
It
hour.
was an hour, but normally I play 2.
Okay,
the last
yeah,
one
yeah.
you saw was 2 hours.
Wow,
Normally
yeah.
I play 1.5.
I just thought the
actually.
visuals were so good. The visuals
That's
of yourself and your character, and like you were.
Yeah,
so
it was
hyped.
like the first time in America that I got to use my Jop. I call the character Jop.
Okay.
Visuals that I made with a friend in Berlin.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to see it because obviously
You're working.
exactly, and I
It's
also
for us.
exactly,
Yeah.
which
You
was
were
kind of
behind
sad
it,
though. But then I saw all the videos, I was like, "Whoa, this looked so cool." My voice wasn't like I was about to get sick, so it was. I felt good though. After that, like the day after, that's usually how my body does it. Like after an important thing, I like tell my body, "Don't get sick."
Yeah.
And then like the minute after it happens, my body completely shuts down.
Yeah, you're like, "We're
okay,
done."
now
Yeah.
I'm ready to just like
Yeah.
get super
Software
sick.
update.
Exactly. Gonna hit you with it now all at once. That night, I have my little LA ring that everyone has
Oura
here.
ring. I'm the other.
my
I'm
God.
the Whoop.
Oh, I don't even know that.
It's
yet.
like a ring, but it's on the wrist.
But it doesn't measure temperature, right?
It does. Skin
Oh, it does.
temperature. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, but this does.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess yeah, also
Alright,
temperature.
ring is still cooler though.
Is it?
Also, I feel
don't
like it's
know.
a Finnish. It's like some Scandinavian brand, but for some reason, I like. For me, it's so LA because everyone here has them.
Yeah, because we're all got to monitor our psychic whatever's.
Yes. So what else can I spend my money on? Okay.
Exactly. But I can't use that one because I do weights at the gym, so I would just trash
okay.
it. So that's why I got the wrist one.
I don't
but
really
anyway.
go to the gym anymore.
Whoop, sponsor us or Oura.
Someone give us money.
I'll abandon either one if whoever gives us
They
money.
don't even do like I referred my aunt and uncle to get one, and I got a code or something, and turns out like they're too cool to give you like 20 because you still have to pay to be able to
Yeah.
use the app, right? It's like
Right.
$6 or something a month, and I thought that you would then get like
A free month or something?
yeah, a free month at least, or like
Nothing.
2-3.
They just lowered your skin temperature by 1
And they
degree.
actually no, they were like, you should thank us that
For
that
overheat you.
exactly.
They're gonna have that
There's like
control
little
one day.
needles coming out. No, they're like, yeah. There's. You should thank
You get
us that
electrocuted?
your
I'm
friends
sorry.
got
I'm
10%
sorry.
off. You get nothing. You have a limited number of codes to use in your lifetime.
Right.
And you just wasted 2 of your. Because I was forcing my aunt and uncle to use my code because I thought there was something in it for me.
Yeah.
But no, I just gave
Just
them
something
like
for
5
them.
of my codes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if you can afford it.
Reciprocity. You're in LA. Something for me, something for you. That's how
I guess.
how the town works now. But yeah, that was a great gig, and you did so well. There was lots of Germans there.
Exactly.
Which always
and the
makes me
night
feel
after,
short.
I know. I'd run out of the room if it's too many Germans, but I invited some American friends
Yeah,
to kind of keep the balance good.
I like how you guys were very professional near the end, and you're like, "All right, stop talking to me. I need to recenter. Like, get out of here."
I'd
It's-
go into the clubs with a like note
One girl
on
was
my
talking
phone.
to you a lot.
I know. She
She
was
was
so
very
cute
nice,
though.
but-
But I feel so like just mean being like shut up, I don't want to talk to you. So I have this note on my phone that I use like in the club that literally says I'm not being antisocial, I can't talk, I have to rest my voice.
Do you show it?
Yeah, please don't talk to me. And I walk around like this. I also have this like little inhaler thing that makes it look a little bit more legit, and I'm like, no one, like I need everyone to just stay away from me.
That's
and
where
then
the
after
SARS
show-
mask is, or not SARS mask. I took it back to the 90s. What's COVID mask?
What's it called? Yeah, the COVID thing.
You put on a mask. No one will talk to you.
Well, everyone wears masks nowadays, and people still talk.
but it's
sadly.
antisocial. Just put it on, and people won't talk to you as much.
That's
Then
actually
that'll
true. Do
ruin
the
my
Michael
lipstick.
Jackson thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the inhaler is better, and like the little.
What is it? Is it like a asthma inhaler?
It's it's like for kids, like a mini asthma.
And you just leave it in your mouth?
No, I like it looks like some. Actually, lots of people
Vaping.
think it's like a new type of drug. Because like all in the clubs, they're like, "Yo, what are you like? Can I have a like take a blow? Like this is so cool." And I'm like, it's literally
You're
saline
like, wow,
water.
I can breathe so well. This is amazing stuff. You're like, yeah,
You can have some if you want.
it's for kids who can't breathe.
Exactly, and singers who can't.
So it's just
sing.
basically it's just water basically that
Does it make you sing better?
That gets.
I think it's placebo.
Okay.
Basically, it just heats up water like saline water, and
It doesn't
it's-
even heat it up. It just like makes it
vaporizes it. So
exactly.
it's basically it's supposed to keep your vocal cords moist, so they don't dry out in a dry.
because
club,
like
a
in the
smoking
club,
club,
you know,
yeah.
it's like with heating and everything. You should have turned your notifications off.
Is that me?
Yeah.
It's,
Oh,
we don't have a
no.
laptop here.
Let's hopefully no one emails me again. Damn, amateur city over here.
Oh yeah.
I
Thought
need,
this was
so
LA.
I need to walk around with my life with a German on each side, and I'll get so much stuff done. Turn off your notifications. Make
Yeah,
sure-
we'll take care of
it's
everything.
lunchtime.
We need it as like an AI form too. I feel like I need it.
There was a
Like a-
Schwarzenegger. I know he's not German, but he's Austrian.
Austrian.
right?
It's the
same
But there
Close
was a. You could change your ways to his voice for a while. You'd be like, turn left.
That's so cool. My Siri is like an Indian guy because I think it's funny.
I have an English one, like English
That's
woman.
Lots of girls have like the English dude because apparently he's really attractive when he talks. The
Oh,
English
really?
Siri.
Women
British
love
one.
the English accent.
I don't because I grew up around it, but Americans do. I feel like yeah.
You can do it quite well with the English accent.
Well, I went to an English school, so I think I can turn it on and off.
That's pretty good.
I know, but I mean, I feel like in America it would be kind of clever to just speak like this the whole time, but I just at some point my brain kind of switches because I
Yeah.
learned English in an American like kindergarten.
Yeah.
So yeah, at some point
Not
I'll
bad,
switch.
eh?
That's pretty good.
Not
It's a
bad,
little
mate.
posh.
So as a
I
German,
can't do the mate. Like
what's the
"Oi."
attractive accent to the German? Indian?
French,
French?
I would say. No, I know
Germans?
that's also for Americans.
I don't know. Do Germans think any particular? Maybe like South American, like
South
Latino
Am-
accents. I can.
Yeah.
Or like Spatin.
Unless they're not setting up your DJ equipment.
Yeah.
Then it's
They
no.
can still
they
be
would-
hot and set up a DJ. but
They're hot and
I mean,
lazy.
the two other things aren't like they're not non-exclusive. But yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe Germans. I feel like to stay with other Germans, so maybe they even like the German accent.
Oh, the German. Yeah,
They like to stay like they're all on the west side speaking German all day.
the west side of LA.
in LA.
They are. They all on Venice Beach.
I explained why. You know,
why I'm not
because
there.
it's the dream to be by the beach, to live the life, to live California life. They skate, they
Yeah.
surf. You know, that's why it makes sense. And also, like a lot of them are in film production. And all the film production companies and everyone, all the German ones, the service productions, they're all based on the west side. That's why
You
it
guys
makes
get
sense,
the
yeah.
most mad when it's not sunny, though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like when the rain, like
Of course,
yeah.
we came here and it was raining,
And-
but also we can deal with it. We're not like everyone else in LA that was like thinking they're gonna die if like a little bit of rain
Rains.
hits
I don't know. I
them.
saw some of your friends. They're very depressed when it's raining.
I guess they've been in America too long.
Yeah.
They've been here
I was kind of
quite a-
happy because it was still warmer than Berlin. So
I
I was
love it.
like, that's
Yeah.
how you could spot the Germans and the Brits. Like the first few weeks when I got here, like we were still like happy about
You're
the
like,
weather.
Yeah, you got
Like
the
whatever it
umbrella,
floods,
let's
it's
go.
still
I got the
warm.
accent. I got the shirt.
Exactly.
I'll put on
I got
pants
the
as a
pants.
shirt. I'm ready to go. You might need a different
Exactly.
outfit if it
I
rains.
didn't
though.
like. I did go to 20 different stores, to get an umbrella when it was raining because I hadn't brought one
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't think it was gonna rain, and all of them were sold out. It was like a umbrella catastrophe.
Everything's sold out of everything. You can't get anything anymore.
That's true. When I was sick, I like went to Rite Aid and I like asked them, "Do you have like just flu stuff?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, ever since COVID,
You
we
need a
don't."
Gripostad.
What is that?
Krippelstadt.
no
Krippelstadt.
idea
It's
what
like a
that
German thing. Like
Why'd you roll your R though?
I'm French. I don't know. I can't.
French don't do it either.
Grip?
You said I'm Italian. Grippostat.
Krippelstadt.
It's like the.
Krippelstadt. I
Not
think.
very sexy.
Also pay us,
Grippostat.
please.
Well, my accent's no good.
But then the guy, like, he was like, ever since COVID, like, we don't have anything. And he like showed me the aisle. It was like a wasteland, like
Yeah.
nothing there. And I'm like, okay, this like it would have been an okay excuse if COVID had happened like 2 weeks ago, but
Yeah.
COVID is 3 years
If the
ago.
Russians take over, we'll be right at home now. We're totally nothing's on the shelf. You can't get anything.
Exactly.
Get some bananas. Anyways,
even.
Yeah.
So how was maybe like talk about the creative process of the album? Like, what did you do? Like, how did
The
you,
upcoming album?
Yeah, the upcoming, the
It's
new
always
one.
the same.
Yeah.
What did I do? I had a lot of ideas. Thing is, last year I was on the road every single weekend, and then like during the week you're kind of just sleeping.
You played like what, 60 shows or something, right?
60, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
50, 60. So I loved it, but the only thing I didn't love about it was that I didn't like the time in the studio. I was so used to also through COVID being in the studio all day, every day, and I couldn't do that. So I kind of tried to, again, like German efficiency. I took a lot of the like studio creative process onto the stage because I was like, basically I had my setup there anyway. I was mic'd up anyway. I was recording anyway sometimes. So I was like, why not, be creative on stage too, since
You're
I'm
writing
performing.
on stage?
So I'm writing songs
Like a
on
comedian.
stage. Kind of.
Comedians write on stage.
Yeah, you
I
can
guess.
react,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And you're like testing things. True.
Yeah.
You like see the immediate reactions. Also a lot different. Like if you see the audience in front of you while you're making something, you're like, you have it in mind obviously much more, and you can just, the spirit is much more there. So I like build myself like little stations of like where I put random loops and like I have the keys and I have my mic and I just react in the moment and like write something. And then like over time, like as I play more shows, some things kind of like solidify or like crystallize out of like just being like a jam moment, but turn into real songs that I remember. And then I turn those into real songs in the studio when I have time, or I even have like recordings of me playing them live where I'm like, okay, this is almost done. So I had a lot of that stuff. Then I had just a bunch of voice memos too. So I went here pretty much prepared to kind of just like let it all out in the studio. And then like
so it's been more road tested, this album, would you say, like the songs, the ideas, or like,
definitely like it's been made on the road.
Yeah.
That's amazing because you very rarely hear, like, musicians are typically in the studio and they come to the stage with more of a finished product, and you get to really experiment in real time.
Sure.
And get the audience feedback, so
Yeah,
you know if it's
awesome.
working. You don't need to like play it for an executive. You're like, I saw the people dancing, they're good.
Exactly.
So
it's also, I feel like in this genre especially, because it has to be functional so much that like that's the only way you can really do it.
It's efficient, and no one can tell you that it doesn't work. You're like, I know it works. Don't tell me it's not good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the beauty of this electronic genre, I would say. Like, like you can test, you can literally do something on a Thursday, test it out on Friday, see the immediate reaction, and then change it on Monday. So it's like in the tech world, you would say like you can update the versions pretty much in real time, and that's why the stuff really gets better quicker because you can test it. Like,
but still the best things. I have one song that's version 1, and it just works. I don't want to touch it. It's like made within a day, and we made the version to be like, okay, this is the base,
test it.
but we'll like build off of it.
It's perfect.
It's still version 1. Then I have friends, they're like at version
like the rough
90,
mix.
and they turn something in.
That's too much. Usually,
I know.
like, there's a moment, and then you kind of, it's like a curve, and then you go beyond, and it gets worse.
In German, there's a word, verschlimmbessern. It's like making it better by making it worse. But how would you literally translate it?
Verschlimmbessern. Here's our segment.
This is one of our segments, the
Germenglish.
I know,
We talk
I know.
Germenglish. Now let's try it. Verschlimmbessern.
It's basically improving, but like in the middle of the word, there's schlimm, which is bad.
Yeah.
So it's like
Bad.
in bad proving.
Bad proving?
Bad proving.
Bad proving, I guess.
In bad proving. No, in bad proving.
If
In
you
bad
were-
proving?
Yeah.
Is it literal?
So it's improving.
Or
but we
non-proving? Bad. Again. Say the
bad
word,
improving.
German word.
Verschlimmbessern.
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 Yeah.
How was that?
Verschlimmbessern.
Pretty good?
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
You
Is
always
it
have like
improving,
a
or-
very like exaggerated way of pronouncing it, so it always sounds very
Like a
Nazi when you say stuff in
good.
German.
Maybe because when you hear,
Like verschlimmbessern. Like no one speaks like that, but like
maybe you're just
Hitler did.
too sensitive to hearing your own language back.
I guess maybe I just haven't heard it that much these last 2 months.
Oh my gosh, that's
No,
so
so what
funny.
that's-
Sorry,
Maybe
I
it's from the
should've said that
movies.
maybe. Huh?
Maybe it's from the because every time you only see Germans in movies, they're
And
usually
they're
Nazis.
always aggressive and like Nazis. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Especially with Tarantino.
Tarantino, yeah.
No, but I mean, it's really a thing like with music and a catching a vibe. And so you're trying to catch, as they say, lightning in a bottle, right? And sometimes you capture it and sometimes you don't, but you never know. But it's like, get it in there, and then basically the beauty is to try it out. I remember like in our times, we would write a song, produce a song with a record, then it would sit on the shelf. Then 10 A&Rs would talk about it.
worst.
It would get released a year or two
ruins the
later.
vibe.
Sometimes, you know, like.
Yeah.
And then, like, I would sometimes. One time I heard a song on the radio. I'm like, I know this sounds familiar because it was a song I wrote 2 years ago, recorded and forgot about it, and
Right.
then it was released, and no
You're
one
like, this
told
is
us.
good. Oh, it's me.
I was
I'm
more
getting
like,
paid
this
right
is
now.
shit.
Weird flex, but
No, so that's the beauty of you can do it, you capture it,
Yeah.
you test it.
yeah.
and
Also,
then it's out there.
the faster it goes, I feel like the better almost
Yeah.
like the song just is, because that's like the foundation, and the rest you're doing is just building up on it. And the more you have to like, mask it and like add stuff,
Yeah.
it just tells you
It's like you're adding too much salt to food. You're like,
Yeah.
that's the food's
exactly.
Not, yeah,
It's not
just
going to
like
make it better.
salt.
There's a perfect amount, and once
I
that's
mean, Rick
reached,
Rubin always says reduce it to the max, right? And
production is reduction.
Production
Rick
is
Rubin?
reduction. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. It's all about reduction always. I mean, listen to his
Yeah.
first productions. It's really just a beat and
It's
a vocal,
like
but it has
it's
so
almost
much energy.
it's kind of
Yeah.
unfair because it's not at all like like an office job. The more work you put in, the more outcome you get. Creative jobs, obviously, like it's never proportionate
not linear.
to the
Yeah, it's not
exactly
linear.
to the time
Yeah,
you
math.
put in. Math again.
Yeah.
See,
Slope is not one.
exactly. Sometimes it's just like
No slope.
Sia writes a world hit in 20 minutes, and that's just because she was in the right vibe. She was kissed by the muse and inspired, and
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes
that.
people don't see the worth because they're like, it happened too fast. But what they forget is like the preparation, the 20 years of the 10,000 hours, the 20,000 hours that you put in to learn your craft, to make all these mistakes, to really get this going so you can
Also-
deliver and be
yeah.
prepared for success. I think like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, two of the greatest songwriters and producers, they always said like, what's the secret to success? Or maybe it was Babyface. They're like, you got to be prepared. Like, so when the opportunity comes and the door opens, you got to be able to walk through it and be prepared. So, because doors are going to open at some point if you keep doing it. But if the ones that sort of don't make it are the ones that didn't come prepared for.
Where the
for
door
success.
opens and they fail.
Exactly,
Or,
yes,
or that door opens multiple times and they've failed too many times.
Too many
'Cause
times, yeah.
sometimes you'll walk through a door
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, this is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, you get one or two chances, man,
Yeah.
and then the next door opens,
Right.
But you got to be prepared for that first or second door to open.
Yeah,
You got
definitely.
to be prepared for everything.
I used to like sometimes I would just like lie down in the studio when I was out of ideas, and like it wasn't because I was tired or I wanted to sleep. It was just because I wanted to kind of like let my brain like wander, because I feel like that's when that little spark hits you, or like when you're in the shower, or
Yeah,
like
shower.
sometimes when I'm with friends, I'm like just having a
Or the
conversation, I'm
toilet.
like, or the toilet.
Everyone has their own version. I usually have to see, like in the bathroom, I've opened the shower door and been like, hey, Siri. And I start telling her an idea, and she usually writes it down wrong.
Wait, you
And I
can't
look-
remember
There
the
you
10
go.
minutes?
No, I can't. It'll be gone.
Yeah,
You-
the
you
idea's
can-
Is that
gone.
gonna happen with me when I'm old?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Not even 10 minutes.
Okay, so you lie down, and then you sort of
See,
see Siri is already trying
Is she
to help
British?
you.
Wait. Oh yeah, she is.
she's saying she didn't write it down wrong. All right, Siri, take it easy. Wow.
She's
this
an
is
active
AI.
member of this conversation. Yeah, she is.
She joined in and
I
corrected
know.
us.
I just saw when
Like
you
a
said
real
it,
woman.
I was like, "Hey, she's acting." Anyway, so you lie down and you let the muse try to wander, and the muse kiss you. Like, how does it work?
Yeah, it
with you?
works
Yeah.
weirdly. Like it happened because at some point I was like, I think I had some deadline, which are the worst creative deadlines, and I was just tired of it. So I like laid down just because I was sick, but like just sick of doing it all. But then like I got the idea, and ever since then I was like, okay, wait, this works. So I'm like, that's like a studio hack that I sometimes tell people.
I love it. If we lie down right now, will the podcast get better?
I don't know. I think the mics don't pick up anything, but maybe
but the ideas of the conversation will be
well,
better.
no one's gonna hear
Even
it,
better,
so.
you mean.
We can trade off. Audio for better stories.
So, what's the? Can you tell us a little bit about the plan for the album? Like, how does this work nowadays? Like, is it singles or like what's the album? Like, when are you actually gonna
Good
release
question.
the album?
I mean, I feel
Your
like
manager doesn't seem to know much. He's asking, he's
I
asking
know,
a lot
but
of
I just want
questions.
to be
I think these are all trick questions.
He
just
seems
testing
confused.
her.
Yeah, so the thing is, in the dance world especially, everything's so single driven, because it's always like a but the
Not
hot.
even a dance. I would feel like even in hip hop and pop, everything is.
Yeah, but I feel like if
because
you
of-
look at like rock or pop,
Yeah.
like there's still albums being made. Dance music, I don't really know. Like there's electronica albums being made, of course, where it's more listening. But since it's all so functional and like it has to just work live, it's all about singles. So every DJ that I've been talking to, they're like, "Don't do an album. Like, are you stupid?" So
But why would they say don't do it? Like, why does it hurt
because
you?
you're wasting songs
Yeah.
on the album. Like you
But
no
know,
like,
one like
are you-
listens to the like after the first 3, no one listens anymore, and you're just like throwing
Oh.
away.
So
good
because
songs.
it's released in a big chunk,
Yeah, exactly.
no
You-
one's going to discover it.
The attention span is just too short.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you,
if you-
you capture more attention by releasing them 1 or 2 at a time.
Exactly. Yeah.
You get the
Ah.
Spotify support, for example,
Ideally,
only for 1 or 2 songs an album. So like basically 10 songs or whatever
Right.
are not going to get support. And as with a single, you're always like
They're always going to support
pitching.
that one song.
Yeah.
Well, they're not always going to support, but
Right.
they have the chance to
Yeah,
always
the chance to
support.
Singer
support.
has the chance to get on a separate playlist. So there's rarely any songs of an album that's any streaming service picks and puts in the
But you
in
can
the
release
playlist.
every one as a single and the album.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing. That's
That's
the
hack.
hack that we're doing now. But you can't do every single one. But what we're doing now is I have like my heart still. I still love electronica. That's where I kind of came from. Like the like more
Electronica.
mellow. Still electronic, but like not club, not functional, just like
And we're
cool
gonna need to
experimental
unpack-
stuff.
Yeah,
We're gonna
it's
need to
basically
unpack
not
that a
it's
little bit. I don't mean to
Electronica
cut
is
you
a,
off, but-
it's a term.
I just wanna
It's
lose
a
you.
genre,
Okay,
I
yeah.
guess. It's also a term that gets a lot of artists get pulled into that genre.
It's
It's
very,
like,
like,
techno or house,
vague.
whatever.
Yeah.
But what it means is like it's a form of electronic music which is more chill, more ambient, more like maybe more
listening.
more listenable, more song driven. It's not so much DJ club music. It could be at a different BPM, so it's not between 120, 140. It could be 110 only. It's so groovy most of the time. I mean, there's artists like Bonobo, Caribou. Like sometimes it's band driven, and all this music gets pulled into electronica. But also like chill out ambient drone music gets pulled into electronica.
Right.
But
But just to clarify for the listeners, you're not electronica.
no, not
No,
normally.
I mean I
Even though you
don't
like-
normally make,
Right.
make electronica music.
So your genre would be defined as
melodic house and techno with
melodic
vocals.
house and techno.
Yeah.
But you have this passion for electronica.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the problem. Like, I have a passion for so many different types of music that I get lost because I'm like, maybe I love this, but it doesn't mean that Joplyn should love this.
Right.
But
I like how you
for
speak
the-
about yourself in the third person. You draw
a
yourself.
little
You talk to yourself on the
psychotic.
floor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every day.
There's a-
No, but I actually I have this thing where if I put the 2 dots on, I'm Joplyn, and if I don't,
You're not?
I'm not.
You're like
So-
Superman, but like
No, I have it's 2 different people living in the same body.
that's him too. He was a newsman.
I know. I did watch Superman for the first
Am I
time.
losing this generation from bringing up
No, that's
Superman?
just me. That's just me.
I don't think so. I think they don't know what Superman is.
My sister, my 14-year-old sister, actually forced
would
me
know.
to watch Superman with her. So she's young and she watches it.
Okay. You don't have to make me feel better.
But it's,
I mean, you can, but that's
it's always good. It's always good. So for the album, which is going to be, I think, 10 tracks, or used to always be 11 because that's kind of my number, but maybe 10 this time. I'm going to do like 4 electronica songs that are just like for the deep listeners, like deep fans, even though I hate that word.
You hate the word fans.
Yeah, I feel like it like brings up like a weird power dynamic.
Oh.
Like I see the people that listen to my music and love my music as we're on the same level. We're just all enjoying,
I love
spreading
that.
the love. And like when I'm playing gigs, like it's just I also
There's
hate
no
when
word for
like
it, and then it's just,
Friends.
I guess friends.
it's
yeah.
friends, exactly. And like when I'm playing gigs, I hate when like the stage is like on some elevated thing, like super far from the crowd. Like I love being in there.
You want to be in there with the people.
Being in there with the people, which is sucks sometimes because that's when like the mic issues come up,
Right, the
because
feedback.
and everything. But yeah, so like my
Do you-
friends that listen to my music, they can dive deep and listen to the 4, 5 electronica songs too. But then the other 6 are gonna be like, singles before the album release, and they're gonna be club music, functional.
Also represent the live show and what the Joplin live project is about. So it's more, of course, it's dance music. People should move and dance to it, and it works on a bigger stage.
It's like a captured live show that you can listen to on Spotify too. And I think like, I mean, I did the same thing last year in Ibiza, and I really like, we managed to make 11 songs in 2 months. It was done. This time, I mean, the 2 months have come to an end, and we're not really done. But that's also just like being, you know, the perils of living in LA, where there's something happening every single night.
Yeah. And you're
Plus-
only here for a short time. You get distracted.
And also
Exactly.
you played 3-4 shows in the.
I was in Vietnam
yeah,
in between, so it's also like
Yeah.
I wasn't really here for 2 months.
Speaking of your fans, do you have like a name that you call like the Joplyn fans?
Oh my god,
Like,
that's even worse.
yeah.
The part.
Why?
like-
We're our fans are the tech hoes.
Exactly.
okay, I guess that's good, but like you
Email.
know,
Oh my! I gotta shut that up. Someone a tech hoe just emailed us.
probably or Siri is still a little like
She's mad. She's
She's
like,
like
I'll show
sending
you. I'm gonna make fake emails.
it's gonna be bing 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 bing. No, I don't have a name. I
The Joplinettes or
I
something.
don't really.
Joplyn,
What I think is
Joplyn and the
cool-
Jets.
I guess
That would be your backup
the
band.
The Jays, exactly. But what I think is cool, like one girl did that at a show in Germany somewhere. I don't remember. In Frankfurt, actually, Frankfurt. She showed up to the show with the 2 dots, and I thought that was so cool. And I'm like, that's like my dream. That at some point, everyone's just gonna like all of my shows are gonna be just the 2 dots because it's so easy. I mean, men don't even. I mean, for women, it's easy because they have eyeliner. I don't know if would you guys know?
We
how
have
to
Sharpies.
Sharpies. Okay, I guess that works.
Pens.
We're just gonna tattoo
You're just
it,
gonna all get cancer and like skin cancer. I'm not gonna have anything. I'm not gonna pay the medical bills for
I don't think Sharpies give
for
you
all the
cancer.
guys.
No.
If you put Sharpies on your skin,
I mean, it's gonna
Come
be
Yeah. Then just
silly.
wipe it off. Yeah.
It won't come off very easily.
okay, you do you. I'm gonna use eyeliner.
But that's such a cool. Your fans could be the 2 dots.
The 2 dots.
2 dots, I guess.
2 dots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. Joplin the 2 dots.
Hashtag 2 dots.
Oh yeah.
Like
I
2
it.
chains, but 2 dots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's gonna the
One
idea.
face-
This is a historic moment.
1 face, 2 dots.
On face 2 dots. I mean, now it's just getting longer. Like
Okay.
The 2 dots.
That's it. 2 chains. That's it. 1
The
neck,
2
2
dots,
chains.
I guess.
No.
Yeah.
The 2 dots, exactly. I mean, Claptone at all of his shows. There's the masks.
Yeah.
They were the Venetian sort of. I don't know.
I'll
what
take your word for it.
Yeah, the mask.
Sure, you're
a
like,
gold
yeah,
mask.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Like a big
I'm being
DJ from
educated.
Germany, and all he came up with this party because he wears the mask himself too. No one knows who he is, and then he just gives out this mask, or people buy it there, like a Clapton. I don't know what the English word is, but
Say
it's
it
like
in German.
I don't know what they're called.
Like it's like the from
The one with the like
from
big
Venice,
nose.
in Italy. Venice,
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
The mask
It's-
that you sort of go to like this
Like the beak.
grand,
Like in
look like a bird.
Eyes Wide Shut or
exactly,
something. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Has a big beak. Yeah.
big beak, like a big
Yeah.
nose beak.
Right. It's like a
that's-
bird mask.
Like a bird mask, exactly.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a bird mask, yeah. But he has it in golden, so to his shows, like a lot of people wear them, so you'd see like a whole crowd.
Which
with
is not
thousands
ideal
of,
for
like,
raving. Like if you're in
Yeah,
a
everyone's
tight
bumping into the
exactly.
nose.
Same with like the because the Skyline Festival just happened in LA, right? And everyone was just like incentivized to bring umbrellas. I wasn't there because I was sick, but I'm like, you were there.
I was
Were
there.
there people like bumping into
Yeah, of course. The
umbrellas
umbrellas
and
like
stuff?
cut into the like you're allowed
'Cause
to
one
bring
umbrella
small
is, like,
umbrella.
this
No, you're
huge.
only allowed to bring small ones because it was raining. But people like bumping into each other, like
But on the
getting the
dance
ice,
floor,
yeah.
It's problematic.
dangerous.
I mean, talking about Skyline, I was because people
Wait, we
like
gotta slow down. What is
Yeah.
Skyline?
so Skyline was a big festival last weekend, going from Saturday and Sunday in downtown LA at Expo Park. I think it was the company behind it's like Insomniac, so it's EDC, the people that do the EDC too, and it was like more like not so from the programming. I would say the music was like they had some more underground acts too, some European artists, so it wasn't like too much EDM, like super commercial dance music. It was more like a little bit of the
They had
underground.
Ellen there, and they had some
Yeah,
like
they had
real
Charlotte,
Berlin
like some techno stuff,
Some
Yeah.
legit.
some legit techno. And then, but what happened, like everyone knew it was going to rain. It was going to be like 5 Celsius, which is whatever, like 30 cold, yeah. And Fahrenheit. And then it was like, no one, like I asked someone, like, are you going there? Like, have you looked outside? Hell no, like no one's going. But then I heard like it was 90% sold out before. So I figured if people are going to go now. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to head down there because also a friend that was playing, was her birthday, and I tried to get down there. I went down there. It was really pouring rain, like cats and dogs. and people lined up. Usual guest list problems. As we talked about, the game started again with the bands. So I had the one band first, and I got the VIP band. Then there's like, with this band you can't access the artist area, the guest area. So I needed to go back out, get another band. It took like an hour to get all these bands again.
This is your life.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
And then basically I know how to navigate these festivals.
Where do you fit them on? You're already kind of banded up.
They just put
There's
them
a
on.
long arm.
You're like,
You know, like
giving
these
your
Berlin pictures of like people in Berlin after like a night in the club. They like their whole arms are just like
More
full
like Ibiza.
Of,
stamps.
No, full of the
Stamps?
stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's like
Ibiza,
sometimes
it's the
you run
bands,
out, but like you have 2 arms. So.
Good.
So I made it. I made it. back.
Party's half done. The arm's half full. Let's keep going.
No, so I made it to the backstage finally, and it was surprisingly it was packed. Like there were 2 main stages. I think like each stage had almost 10,000 people there. So it was basically, I think it was 20,000 people there raving in the rain, freezing cold. And I had my umbrella, like I was walking around, but it was at some point it was too cold for me. I was like, I'm out of here. But people went crazy.
I've been singing Rihanna's
So these
Umbrella
are, I
in
guess,
my
they're
head.
real ravers. I mean, they didn't care. Like they were probably high on
Also,
something.
the tickets are so expensive. So if you bought them, you better go.
You're going. I mean, you got 2 arms, you got 2 feet, you got an umbrella.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
You
It's
don't
not
go
made out
home.
of sugar.
yeah. And then also
Not
like,
made out of sugar. I like that.
yeah, that's what they say. Also, like,
It's also a German thing.
Say it in German. Don't.
yeah.
Wir sind nicht aus Zucker.
Du bist nicht aus Zucker. Germenglish lesson 140. Du bist nicht aus Zucker. It's like you're
Du
not
bist
made.
is you're not.
Du bist nicht aus Zucker.
Nicht is no, right?
Yeah, no, you're not made out of sugar.
Yeah. I like that sugar. We can kind of understand what you're
Yeah.
saying there.
See, and I guess that's when you sort of people are like, "Hey, it's raining." Like, yeah, who cares? Like, you're
Right.
not made
It's a
out
very
of sugar.
German thing to say, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What's
but
2 dots in German? Because that could be cool.
2 Punkte. 2 dots sounds cool.
2 Punkte. Es ist
2 Punkte.
der 2 Punktes.
That's pretty cool. That's a T-shirt.
Okay, tell an American to say that. I mean, you repeat it.
2 Punkte.
Okay,
Not
well,
bad. But you speak a few
I
languages.
have 2 languages, so I'm not that bad.
Wait, which other language do you speak?
French.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
On parle,
Moroccans
on parle
speak
français.
French.
Oui, on peut parler de
Oui.
temps maintenant.
Oui.
Je ne sais pas qu'est-ce qu'on peut
Je
dire.
compris.
Mais je
ci, comme
pense
ça.
qu'il peut comprendre, oui.
Okay, that was
That was great.
French lesson with
That was,
Joplyn.
I'm learning Spanish now.
That was Franglish episode 1.
So what was interesting at the Skyline also, like, they trying to really milk, like it's Ibiza, like you're on the dance floor there, and then there's like next to the DJ, there's like the guest stage, like you can get up with the guest band, the triple A access, but then left, I wanted to go there, and like, no, you can't be here. I'm like, what's here? And then there was like next to the actual DJ stage, they made up another stage, and it said VIP elevated experience or something. So it's basically for people that are dancing there and they're like, you know what, I want to get up there. They can upgrade their ticket. They can buy on the spot.
And how much is that?
I don't know, hundreds of I don't know how much, but probably expensive. You can basically get, you know what, I want to be on stage with a DJ, and you buy another ticket right there on the spot to get up to
unlock.
To go to the elevated experience.
This is like video game stuff.
I know, it's like, it's crazy how many levels you can go in
Yeah.
at a festival or in a club nowadays. You know, like there's not just like, I remember going
Also,
to clubs.
raving
it was
used to be like, not expensive at all. That was the whole point of it. Now you need like a couple $100 just to rave and fashion.
It's for dentists now.
Yeah, I guess. But that's a whole different discussion, of course. Like, but thank God, there's always gonna be like a cool small club somewhere with 100 people where you can pay $10 and just rave.
Someone will always start it again, so they'll move up the market, and then someone will be like,
Exactly,
"No,
yeah.
I'm coming in."
It's a counterculture. It's
yeah,
always waves.
yeah.
Exactly.
And you're
but
part
the
of
good
that
thing
wave.
about the festival is that at least they pay. In Berlin, they don't pay you.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'd much
Who
rather.
gets the money in Berlin?
Well, just the club owners.
The club.
I mean, they don't have. I mean, it's not like 300 euros there to go clubbing. It's like 50. I don't know.
Okay, so
No,
they
it's like
have
20,
20, 30,
to
50,
20
I don't know.
bucks.
That's like here in comedy when a lot of shows you don't get paid.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sucks because everyone's a DJ in Berlin. Like I feel like there's more people in Berlin
Everyone's
that
a
are
comedian in
DJs.
LA.
Yeah,
It's basically all about like taking it back to business again. It's whoever owns the brand wins. So basically, if the club is bigger than the DJs that play there, then of course the club's gonna be like, hey, if you want to play, we'll give you a little bit of money, but people are gonna show up anyways.
Yeah, they're coming
if
for the
your
club.
brand is bigger, like as a DJ, and you draw people in, then you're gonna
But
get.
so
the big
when
bucks,
Solomon like played at Watergate, Solomon's brand is bigger, but I'm sure he didn't get the normal rates that he gets anyway.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because there's a friendship there, there's a relation there to do that. But generally, like it's like if the brand, whoever does the festival brand, the event brand is bigger than the actual DJs, it's always they're gonna dictate the prices. No?
That's exactly the same as comedy, because you have like Hollywood Improv, Comedy Store. People are going no matter what.
Yeah.
And so they have the brand.
Yeah.
But then also big names will go to those, even to work
because
out.
the right target audience,
And they need it too. So there's like a mutually beneficial relationship. But as a comedian and as a DJ, it sounds like you as any artist, without the brand, you have to have the brand and your own audience to really go to that next level. Otherwise, you're going to rely on these small venues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's all about building. I mean, it's kind of bad to talk about music as being a brand, but in essence, brands are there. You are a brand, like Joplyn is a brand, and we're trying to build that brand.
Yeah.
That's why we do these collaborations with like Mixmag now and Pioneer, and thank God they invited us.
Techno Hollywood.
Or Techno Hollywood, just to expand the brand, you know, to be like open up the brand to new audiences and build from there, you know.
Yeah, because that's where you have the value.
Yeah, exactly. Building that brand value.
And then how do you measure the success of your brand, whether it's measuring? Is it Spotify streams? Is it followers? Is it all of it?
I think it's kind of everything. I mean, I try not to look at the numbers too much or like have them like skew my view of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because that can be a little like just
Chasing.
toxic, I feel like. Yeah.
Totally. It's like chasing likes.
Yeah.
Chasing streams.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Or like
Fishing for
Instagram
compliments.
followers, which is even worse in a way because it's not about the music on Instagram, I feel like.
Yeah, and all that stuff comes with good product. Like you will get followers, and your followers have been growing fast.
Like a positive side effect. Like, again, a German thing. Positive Nebeneffekt. I keep like pushing them out.
You should be. You're in charge of our. We're gonna hire you to be our Germenglish segment.
I feel like it's a German thing. Positive Nebeneffekt. People, you don't really whatever.
But I don't think it's
So I measure it by that, but I also just measure it by. I feel like the stories. Like if people come up to me after the shows, they're like, "Yo, you inspired me to like get into the studio again," especially if it's girls. Where I'm like, "Whoa, girl power!" And also, there's like so little of us, and there's like 2% of all producers that are
that's amazing
women. So that's like the stuff that really means a lot to me.
Yeah.
But then just like the good vibes at the show. If like, I mean, of course, if you step into a room and people are like, "Whoa, are you Joplyn?" Like that's been happening more and more. Where I'm like, "Well, that's weird that you kind of like
know who I am.
Yeah,
you're just at Starbucks. You're like, I'm trying to get a latte.
like talk
No,
to
sorry,
them.
black coffee. No latte.
No paparazzis, please.
Nicht Milk?
Keine
Milch.
Milch.
Keine Milch.
Yeah,
I do drink milk, but you know what? I love pea milk, which sounds gross. It's like a German thing. It's not made. It's like from peas.
Okay,
obviously.
I have kids, so this for them this would mean something different.
I know. Even like that's like everyone's immature enough to think of pea first, obviously. Than peas.
Yeah. But like from peas.
Yeah, from peas.
Green peas.
And green
Yeah.
peas. And it tastes like it's kind of like oat milk because it's super creamy, but it's not as sweet.
Oat milk's too sweet.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's like the perfect. I feel like now, okay, I'm dropping it in America now. Everyone's going to be on their pea milk
Pea
thing.
milk? Get a
when
pea
I
milk
come back.
sponsor.
Exactly. Pants and pea milk.
Call
That's
us.
going to be
Pants
my
and
new
pea
brand.
That's the name of your album.
Exactly.
That's your album when you're like 80 and still DJing. Pants and pea milk.
It's so good. 2 dots. I love it.
Yeah, and diapers.
But yeah, so they don't have it here, which I thought in LA, like
Yeah, I've
LA
never
is
heard
always
of
the
it.
first place. Like they have mushroom coffee, they have hemp milk, which we don't have in Germany, which I think is okay, but like it's lacking like the real texture. But yeah, so I'm still waiting on that, and until that doesn't get here, I'm not gonna.
You're like, I'm not moving. Take no green card until you guys have pea milk. I'm staying in Berlin.
Gonna make Biden make sure that
Hashtag pea milk.
exactly
Pea milk
It's gonna be
squad.
and then I'm gonna bless America with my presence. No,
2
just
dots,
kidding.
pea milk. We love it.
No, but
so,
I mean, I do want to move here next year, so
I mean, you're here. You're
I'm just gonna have to like smuggle just like boxes and boxes of pea milk.
liquid. You're just like checking in.
Yeah,
under the
exactly. My suitcase is just gonna.
There
be
must be somewhere. We can Erewhon.
Not even Erewhon.
Not even Erewhon.
Also, I refuse to pay like. I feel like it would be like
$50.
$30 at least there.
I mean, on a
like
good
the water
day.
is $25. Exactly.
when it's on sale, it'll be $30. You look at you go to Erewhon and you look at something wrong, your credit card gets charged. You're like,
I know.
I didn't even buy anything. You're like, oh, I looked at stuff.
But it's like also like being in LA for too long. At this point, I'm like so desensitized. Also, like the thing with cards or like even Apple Pay, like you kind of the physical money, like you don't realize it's going away.
Yeah,
like you're just like tapping
That's
here,
why
tapping
Germans
there.
love cash. They're like, oh, I'm ran out of cash. The party's over. I go home.
Yeah.
Cash is out, we go
Cash is
home.
out, we go home. Yeah. Because no one accepts, like the clubs don't even accept credit cards. Like in the German clubs, like a lot of them still don't, you can't pay with credit cards. You have to pay the entry. Everything is cash. Like you have to take cash out to basically
Cash in,
survive in
cash out.
Germany and also to have fun in Germany. You need that good Euro cash money.
But wouldn't a German actually not run out of cash because they would know how much like
That's
but
true.
if you go out, let's say you bring $200 with you and you go pay entrance to clubs, you drink, you invite a few people to the,
And then
all
you
of
go
a
to the
sudden-
bar and you're like,
and they're like, I have no more cash. Okay, it's time to. I guess it's time to go home. And then you need an extra $10 to take a cab or something.
yeah. But then what do you do if you're out?
On Uber. I
An
guess.
Uber.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
there
guess.
is ATMs.
Is
It's
it-
not
There is
like
ATM.
in Vietnam where I was like I got to Vietnam and my credit card like I couldn't withdraw money for some reason the first day, and so I didn't have any cash. I couldn't do anything. Like you can't pay with card anywhere except for one McDonald's and one Starbucks in the whole city, which I had to walk to obviously because I couldn't get a cab. I was freezing my like it was like the worst day.
Right.
Oh.
Everyone comes up to you. Are you Joplin? You're like, yeah. Are you okay?
I
Wearing
wish maybe I would have
McDonald's?
gotten some like special treatment.
You're like, get out of McDonald's. The fuzz this way. They throw you on a moped and they drive you.
I
to
literally
some
went to Vietnam
boat.
and ate McDonald's. Isn't that like
Was it
so
good?
sad?
Did you have a McPho?
No, they don't. I just had to get like
Mc banh
some
mi?
fries. No, I did have a banh mi, but it turned out to be just like because banh mi just means bread.
Yeah, bread.
Right? Or like-
my bread?
Banh mi, what does
Yeah,
mi
banh
mean?
mi means.
It just means
yeah, it
sandwich,
bread.
I think.
Sandwich.
So
bread.
I like went somewhere where I could like Highlands
means
Coffee
cake.
where I could pay with card actually, and like thought I'd get like a real banh mi. I was like, well, this is super cheap because it was like 50 cents or something, which is even cheap for Vietnam. And like I literally got like a stale bread with like a little bit of pate.
You got the old
That was
meat.
my banh mi, exactly. The old me. Then I went back to LA. First thing I
Superman
got here
combo.
was get a banh mi in
Yeah.
LA after like coming back from Vietnam.
You're like, finally, my banh mi.
Exactly. Because also like the meat there, like it sits out in the sun for like a couple hours. There's like
that's
flies
flavor.
flying around.
Yeah.
I guess a little like fungi in there too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
all the
it's
nutrient
good for the
groups.
digestion. You can't have food
It
too
doesn't kill you,
clean.
makes you stronger.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And where are you off next? So just plugging the next
Where am I
shows
off
a little
next? Ah, New York.
New York
Yes,
and
New York
my
City, right?
favorite. Yes, with LA, my favorite city nowadays. And I did like I'm gonna play 1 or 2 shows there at like this super cool rooftop venue that's like in Brooklyn, and it's cold in New York, but it's like a glass rooftop, so it's like
Oh.
temperature regulated,
Like a greenhouse.
kind of like a greenhouse, which
Yeah.
you need
Yeah.
in this climate,
Winter, yeah.
in this winter, with Eke Klein, maybe even with Pablo Fierro, who knows? I know you don't know who those people are,
You're like, yeah,
but I'm
sure.
just for the ones who know, they know.
They know.
And then
I'm gonna
off
know
to-
like so much soon.
yeah, we need to give you like a list of like.
Can you give me homework?
Yeah, I'll give you
Homework
some
to the
homework.
top 10. We're actually gonna start a playlist, I think, too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have our favorite
Yeah, every time
artists
we
and
mention
everything.
someone.
Yeah, just mention someone, and then just sort of people can listen to music and get a vibe and a feel, you know. So I
Yeah.
think we're gonna start a Techno Hollywood playlist. So we're gonna curate it with different DJs or artists that we feel
Yeah.
like fit the brand.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
downloaded FL Studio, Fruity
Wow.
Loops Studio,
That's
and so I'm gonna
Do
make.
Ableton.
you should do Ableton.
So I'm already on the wrong foot here. But I'm gonna
Or
make
techno
some
in
techno
house.
beats and I'm gonna play them for you guys, and you're gonna be
Okay,
like,
good.
you can be like,
And then you're gonna be in Miami for the
then-
winter.
Yeah, I
Miami,
was just gonna say that I'm gonna be in Miami. I mean, first I have to get to New York. I was packing my suitcase yesterday, and I did too much shopping here.
oh no,
And like, I
just cut up some
literally-
more stuff. It'll make room.
That's the thing, right? I should. I mean, the stuff. I mean, this is like a $2. The other stuff is
Cut
like
up
more
the expensive stuff. Show the fans how you're really living. Cut up the Gucci. Be like, what up?
I didn't buy any Gucci.
Okay, it's not on
Not
brand.
that type of exactly.
Yeah,
not that
until
type.
they sponsor
There's this
you.
really cool shit. I'm gonna not plug it otherwise. People are gonna
Cut
it's gonna be
the
sold out.
Gucci.
But yeah, so I need to get to New York first.
Okay.
But then once I'm there, it's gonna be fun. I already have like a ramen thing like set up with this guy that like he loves ramen so much he like made his like he literally registered a trademark That's, I think, thank God it's ramen or something, just because he loves ramen. Like, there's nothing else to it. It's just
He just loves ramen.
He just loves ramen. That's
a lot of those. And then he's gonna take you around.
And then he does like ramen Thursdays. But and he's gonna like show me the best ramens.
Wow.
I'm a sucker for ramen, so it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I need ramen now.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I can always eat ramen.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go to Miami, play at Space, which is gonna be legendary with Rufus.
What's the date?
Space
21st.
21st
of March.
It's the legendary Space Terrace. Yeah. And we can announce it now because it's like just gonna open up for it's the Rufus showcase. Rufus du Sol.
You know Rufus?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, that's good.
Because they're big in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sold 80,000 tickets here in LA or something.
I know who Rihanna is. She's a dance artist.
So that's gonna be good. And then
Nowadays,
also
and then I'm gonna play Get Lost, which is like also like the big thing there. It's Miami Music Week, so it's gonna be a bunch of parties.
A lot of see-through shirts.
It's the party of Damon Lazare's
shirts if you're lucky. I feel like lots of
just men shirtless,
exposed skin,
a lot
and
of chest
women.
shaving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's still spring break and stuff there, right? And it's the Ultra Festival. All that stuff happens
Every day
at the same
in Miami
time.
is spring break.
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, so it's gonna be my first time. So
Okay.
I'm excited.
I've never been either.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the
What?
last 2 years.
You've never
everyone's
been to Miami?
Well, I have no reason to go.
Okay, yeah, I've been a couple
Maybe
times.
Maybe for a
maybe
tax
you're
shelter
gonna-
one day.
I feel like nowadays it's a good reason to go. I feel like lots of cool people there. I know it didn't used to be cool that much,
Now
but
it's cool.
now it's, I wouldn't say cool, but like it's like a thing. I feel
Yeah,
like
when you're performing there, it'll be cool.
it's gonna be cool.
That's gonna be
Exactly.
a
I'm
cool
gonna make
night.
Miami cool again.
You're gonna make Miami
yeah.
cool again. As a hat make MICA. Micah.
Micah.
Make
MM.
MM. I don't can't spell.
MMCA.
MMCA.
This
Sounds.
is too
Great
sounds-
again.
Didn't
Sounds
say I was good at like
Yeah.
linguistic stuff.
I made it bad too, but yeah, that sounds too much like MMA. Like you're.
Yeah, forget it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We're
All
gonna
right.
skip
No
that
hats.
one. But after that, I'm gonna actually go back to Berlin. So I mean, I don't really want to.
I'm overdue for Berlin. It's since 2020.
Maybe the
2010. Maybe this summer I'll
Yeah.
sneak off to
I
Berlin.
mean, the thing is, I'm never in Berlin because I'm always touring.
it's okay.
But when you'll be there,
I'll hang with your manager. We'll get coffee and
get the hipster coffee, get the
cake?
vegan gluten-free
Chocolate
cake?
cakes.
Yeah.
I'm
Kuchen.
sure we have
Kuchen.
Kuchen.
that. True, Americans can't do the right? Kuchen.
Kuchen.
Okay, you can. Okay, sorry.
Good. So everyone's like,
I'm
wow.
gonna do Duolingo part 2 at this, and then I'm one day
I'm on a 400-day streak on Duolingo.
for what language?
Spanish.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know Spanish.
helpful to know Spanish if you're hanging out in LA and in Miami, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah,
Just
and in the
have to-
jungles
yeah,
of,
in the jungle too, in Mexico.
of Grand
yeah.
Theft Auto.
Yeah, I think Spanish is a really cool language to learn. And
Yeah,
to
but the
know.
thing is on Duolingo, you don't learn the important stuff. You learn stuff like my grandma eats rice on the beach.
Yeah, or like manzana, which is apple.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, you've done the first lesson as well.
She's done 400 days. You're not listening.
I wouldn't say I'm good at speaking it though. Like I can understand if people speak very slowly and also
Yeah.
like very like not with any like southern like South American dialects or something. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I need to move to Mexico City for like a year.
Do it. Is it a good club scene, DJ scene?
I've never been, but
I think
apparently,
so, yeah. I mean, it's a big
yeah.
city. I mean, I'm sure there's some good.
I feel like that's a
venues and
lot of
clubs,
stuff.
yeah.
Like I feel like I really
High
have to go
altitude, you
there.
get drunk quickly, is what I heard.
I don't get drunk. That's the thing.
Ever?
So maybe that would be a good.
You're
way to
immune?
test it.
You're like the girl
Kind
in
of.
that movie, Indiana Jones. She can't get drunk?
What?
I guess
Really?
I've never been, but I've also never like drunk to like death or alcohol poisoning.
To death? This is so
Duh.
German.
But like the thing is, like my motor skills will get super impaired. Like I won't be able to walk in a straight line. But like
That's
mentally, it
called drunk.
doesn't register. Yeah, but mentally, like I can't feel it. I'm just like annoyed because I can't
Like,
walk and like use my
I'm
body.
not working.
Yeah, that's
like-
technically drunk, but who knows?
But it's
Anyways.
not mental. I want it to be mental.
Oh, you want your brain to shut down?
I remember like the first time the first time I played at California at a festival in San Francisco outside lands as like a welcoming gift. They gave me like a box this huge just of like weed products. And I don't smoke because of my voice, but they had like drinks, like pills, edibles obviously.
everything.
So thank God I did it after my show. I like took an edible. I was like, I'm in California, why not? And nothing happened for like an hour. So I was like, okay, I'll take another
Maybe
one.
this is your mutant superpower. You can't.
The thing is, I've like from smoking, I don't really like get high or like I have to smoke a lot. And so I took more and more. And then at some point, just like hit me like a bus.
Oh, no.
I was like, but edibles is also like a body high, right? It's not like super mental either. So I was just like, I was also super jet lagged, but I was just sitting on a chair like this, couldn't move my body. We were with these like super high maintenance people that were like, I mean, they were super nice in the beginning, but at some point, because they were awake for like 3 days or something, so they were definitely not completely sober either. And this guy next to me starts like telling me all these like heartbreaking stories about like his relationship with his mom.
You can't move, you're just crying.
No, I was like, you know how you laugh so much when you're like, so I was like laughing. The whole time I was laughing at Kenji. I'm so sorry if you hear this. He's probably never going to hear this.
He's a fan. He's a tech hoe.
Better, please don't tell him. Because like
What's his Instagram?
I'm not going to tell you. But he told me about like, I know his mom died, and he was crying.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there next to him, like,
So insane.
like laughing because I couldn't help it because I was
Yeah.
super high, and it was like the weirdest situation.
Yeah.
And then like I kept texting him in German. I was like, get me out of this situation.
Yeah.
Like, get me out of here. I don't want to like have to do it, because this guy also didn't really get the memo. I kept telling him like, sorry, I'm too high for this. Like,
Yeah.
let's find someone else to talk
Right,
to.
and in this context, you're the artist too, right?
He was also an artist.
Artist on artist. There's no power. There's no.
I know.
You can't separate yourself from the commoners. He's his hand is stamped. He has the
He
band.
filmed the whole performance, and then I thought he was just gonna send me the footage, but he was like, so when are we gonna talk about like the compensation for the footage and like do the viewing party and stuff like that? So he was like a real artist, and he was super nice, but like it was like just met him like that day and gave him like took him with me and his friend and blah. So yeah, that was like the last time that I was like super like high and like couldn't move my body. Found like after that I found like a weird trailer to like sleep in. I was like the biggest festival of San Francisco. I was just sleeping, and then I woke up for the parcels. So that was like super cool.
The Parcels.
That's also a band from
Okay,
Australia.
I thought you would know them because they're like
they're
not
from Australia. They're
electronic.
fantastic live. One of the greatest live
I
bands.
am the common man.
Yeah,
who's
okay, yeah,
listening to
good,
this,
yeah.
so I can be like Parcels.
Yeah, that's good, because then you can discover new music through this podcast.
And then
too,
we don't talk over people or me, and I get to learn, and we can add Parcels.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
It's gonna be techno, then like one parcel like.
We're gonna have a diverse, very cool,
indie
listenable
song.
playlist.
I feel like
think,
every
right?
time we mention something, it should go on the playlist.
Yeah, exactly. So people can check it out. Like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, and then people can
get a
text
vibe,
us, be like, mention this, and we'll mention it.
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
If
we
they
have-
You can
pay.
make a business. Exactly. This
Yeah.
is my Venmo.
Was there anything else you wanted to plug, or we really enjoyed having you here.
Oh, it's already over.
I mean, it is over.
Yeah. I have one last crazy Uber Lyft story. If
Let's
you
do
want
it.
to
Oh yeah, let's hear. Todd wants to speak.
Yeah. So sorry. After
dot.
Skyline, I went to another party, saw some friends.
1 second.
Came-
There is a dot on your nose. So it doesn't
Really?
affect- No, it's a mole.
Okay, good.
You're one dot.
I'm one dot. Okay,
One
yes,
dot.
here you go. No, so I went there, and then one thing led to another. It was kind of early, and of course I had a few tequila shots and stuff. And I went home, and then I came home, and I realized I don't remember I called a car or something. I got through some app. Came home, and I was like, okay, where's my phone? And then I must have dropped my phone, and I was like panicking. Then I was like, okay, shit. I logged on my laptop, went to Uber, like past trips I need to reach the people, because if you don't have your phone, like, how do you reach someone, right?
Yeah, it's like
4 in the
chicken or the
morning.
egg.
It's
How does that
it's
happen?
really
Yeah.
bad. Then I logged into Uber. I couldn't see my trip. I was panicking. I was like, because my phone has all my infos and also my credit cards and IDs, everything attached to it. I was like, oh my God. Then I realized, okay, I didn't take an Uber. I took a Lyft. So that was the first mistake. So I called Lyft. I logged into my Lyft account, and then I saw someone, and then it's like there's no number. You can't call anyone. Like it's all
No
like,
tech company you can call.
yeah. And then basically you had to wait for an email. You had to file a report. Then I filed some quick reports. I wrote down another cell phone number, like, hey, call this number. And then nothing happened, of course. I was like, oh my. But I saw, like, find my iPhone. I saw the guy driving around with my phone around the city in
probably didn't
downtown.
know.
He sort of didn't know. And then all of a sudden, someone called the other number. And he's like, hello. And I was like, yeah, you have my phone. Can you? He's like, no, I'm not. I'm a little bit far away. Like, okay, bye. See you later. I'm like, what? And then panicked again. I try to reach out again. Call me back. This is the number. So after like a half hour or an hour later, he called me again, and he's like, "Okay, so what do I get?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're gonna get a big tip. Please come, please." Yeah, maybe later. So and then he finally showed up, and I gave him a big tip. But then I realized. Like $50.
Say.
That's not that big.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I should have given. Later on, I thought I should have given at least 100. Right?
I was thinking 100 to 200. Yeah.
So yeah, actually, but I didn't have cash on me. I'm German, and I'm not German anymore. So then that's why
You need your phone back so you can
Then the thing is,
PayPal
then Lyft takes money from you too, just so you know, like another for the service to bring the phone back. So there's another $20 there, and I'm just wondering, like,
this is
this is just for the guy. So there's an official one, but that's probably the guy never gets it. That's why
or he gets his percentage, but he wants like
he's
under
negotiating with you basically on the
Yeah,
phone. I
that's
mean, thank God, like he didn't steal it but I think sometimes nowadays it's stupid to
because they
steal
have
it
all this
because
information.
we have all the iPhone, but I would have had to call the police and all that stuff. So it was kind of a drama, but then he came back and the thing is, I'm just wondering, like, if later on there's gonna be self-driving cars and there's literally no human anymore, and you forget your phone, you drop your phone in the car, you're screwed. Like, it's life is over. Like
the car just like hacks into the phone and makes it part of its computing power, and
exactly,
it's gone.
it's gone. Like it just eats it up and takes all your data.
Takes all your microchips,
all your data, and it's gone. You know, like imagine it's like you feel really helpless if you can't reach anyone. And
but I
you're
would still like. I would take that and have self-driving cars and Ubers and Lyft. I feel like that would be so cool.
Or just drink less tequila, I think.
Yeah, I feel like that would be like, you just have to be
That's the solution.
responsible.
but I think these are eventually going to be so like, oh, you lost it, like delete old, upload to new, and you like you
There's
just
like a phone dropping from like a robot in the sky.
send your phone, you pay the $300, and then exactly.
Yeah.
A drone comes, delivers you the phone, thumbprints, you're
it's
back.
all back on.
And you don't
it
miss
takes
The
anything.
like
coolest
half
thing
an
that I
hour,
saw on
Yeah.
my flight here, that meat is going to be like, we're all going to have, and this is like legit
meat?
scientists, meat projections.
Different.
We're going to,
Yeah, from phones to meet. I'm just
No,
following.
sorry. No, there is
Yeah,
a
meat,
correlation. We're all going to have like fridges in our kitchens that are going to be basically like self-growing meat. So the night before, you can
This is
choose
such a millennial
which one
conversation.
Yeah, wait,
She's like,
which
we're
one
gonna have
you're
fridges
gonna
one
have.
day that we cook from.
No, like
and I'll
that-
be able to know how to cook.
We already have that.
No, like
I mean, there's Thermomix and everything.
fridges.
Okay, sorry.
But like, exactly, the night before you choose, I don't know, I want to have chicken tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
You press on a button. Overnight, the fridge is going to grow you your chicken. You can choose like
grow
what
meat.
type of the chicken,
Yeah.
like drumstick, whatever. And like, you get it out the next day and you have your meat. And you know, we can all stop over farming and everything.
We just grow
have
body
our
parts
own-
in the fridge.
Yeah. Isn't that
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
kinda gross.
I mean, I like.
Well, I mean, we're buying
For the environment,
body
it's
parts
awesome.
in plastic wrap, so it's not that
Exactly.
far off.
I know, it's
if
not.
And
the
like,
fridge
just
does
have
it.
at home.
Just grow it without the brains and the parts we don't eat.
Yeah, you can just
Hope
choose.
so.
And then you probably have like a 3D printer that can print your pizza. They already have that.
Pizza printer.
Yes.
Pizza printer.
Pizza print is good.
That's a good name. Pizza
Probably
printer.
already
.com.
trademarked.
That's, it's going to be my domain now. Well, you guys have been great. Joplyn, thanks for
Thank
coming.
you.
Tan, I mean,
Yes,
you're here
sir.
anyway.
I'm here
Suntan's
anyways,
here anyway, but he's in my
The
seat.
last time he's physically here.
Oh, yeah, you're going to
that's
be.
true. Next one, it's gonna be
Remote.
I'm back in remote. I'm gonna be in Berlin.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be in Miami, and then probably back here. That's
So
the plan.
2 remote episodes maybe, and then back,
And
in,
back
LA.
in LA, yeah.
So we'll do
That's the plan.
Suntan remote. It'll be a great
be fun.
time.
Yeah.
Tell everyone your socials, how to spell
My
your name.
socials. Okay, so my name is Joplyn. Like, like Joplyn, like Janis Joplin, but with a Y. And then my socials are all Joplyn Berlin. But my Spotify, Apple Music is all just Joplyn, where you can listen to my music, follow if you want
Follow,
to.
comment, like.
You can't do that on Spotify. Soon, maybe.
You can follow.
You can follow, but you can't
Yeah,
comment
can't-
and like, which is
that's
going to
true.
come though.
But
at
on
some
your
point.
YouTube you can.
On YouTube you can. On Instagram you can.
Yep.
We'll link up the Pioneer video because that looks really cool.
Oh
I
yeah,
think we
yeah.
can
If
do
you're
that,
allowed
yeah.
to post
Yeah.
it, we could integrate
Yeah,
it.
it's just it's on
And
now.
come to my shows if I'm in your city.
Yeah.
It's always a good time. The most fun thing. My favorite part of the job, I have to say. And thank you too for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Very
and
good.
follow
First
Techno
special guest.
Hollywood. Oh yeah, first guest.
Yeah.
Amazing, and we wouldn't have
It's
it
an
any
honor.
other way. Follow us at Techno Hollywood Pod, and like and subscribe. This is the stuff we have to do. We have
Yeah.
to say it. It feels
I
weird.
feel like people know it, but I guess you still have to
feel
say
like
like
somebody's
call
need
to
to
action.
remind
I feel like
even though it's a little
you
cringe.
reach a point where you just give up on saying it, but we're not there yet. So we're going to keep saying it until we give up. And thank you.
Techno
And now the spinning logo.
Hollywood.